Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be showing you exactly what you need to do to get unlimited packs in the current promo. The team is looking bonkers and we already have a 99 rated keeper. I don't know how good he's going to be in game, but that's just going to be fun to use. Not only that, we have an insane Toure, an insane Eusebio, a ridiculous Mane, and a Foden that finally does him justice, a few years ago. And all you've got to do to say thank you for me giving you this brilliant method is drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe. Remember, we do have memberships now if you want account upgrades, games with me, or to join the pro clubs. And if you pack someone good and want to build a team around them, well, if you can't afford your favorite players and trading to them just isn't realistic, and of course you don't want to give EA money, then playhub.com is exactly what you need. They take the company from the equation and has you buying coins directly off other players, which means you get far cheaper prices as well. You can buy and sell from the same account, so whether you want to buy your favorite player or you pack someone insane and you want to sell them, Playhub has you covered. Playhub protects both you and the seller, so every single transaction is 100% secure and you can finally get your favorite players without breaking the bank. Make sure to use my link in the description and enjoy your new team. So let's talk objectives first. We always go here first. My opinion, Rush is the best place to get yourself some very easy packs. You've got a double 86 here for completing the lot. You've also got all of these for just doing the objective. Now remember, in 2 or 3 days time, they're also going to release another Rush set, which will be 30k points in total to do the lot. So what you do is you do the first 30k now of this one, you wait, maybe you don't even redeem the rewards, wait for the new one to come out, finish it off, and then you've got both of those done in maybe an hour. We've then obviously got weekly objectives. We've obviously got the week season play, which by the way is going to be crazy when we finally get that final reward. You are 5 rivals and 5 champs games off of one of the best packs in FC25. Now obviously I keep saying this and I keep not doing it. The crafting objective, you've got a double 86, an 86-7 and an 86-10 as the last 3 things, and then obviously everything else here. The crafting objective is always going to help you and is part of the grind anyway if you're on the lower end of it, so you might as well get it done. And then we've got the daily play, which I failed last week because I was away for 2 of the days, but it's absolutely worth doing. And simply by playing, you will pick up spits, which I don't know how good the Netherlands are in the women's side of things, but it's a 94 rated bit of fodder otherwise, and you also get packs along the way. Now what I do every time with SBCs is favorite the useful ones, so that's what we're going to do again today, and then we can review them all and see what order we're going to use them and how useful they are. Of course, all the squad shifters are going to be up there, all of the daily SBCs are going to be up there, and all of the grindings, along with, of course, the beautiful team of the week upgrade. Now, if we go over to the favorites, you will see we've got the 8410 there. It is incredibly useful as a baseline to just get yourself a load of these squad shifters done. If you don't have the cards for this, an 8410, 5 of them is getting you 50 cards. Let's say realistically 20 of those are going to be 84s. In worst case scenarios it might be 30, but realistically 20 of those cards are going to be 84s. That means the other 30 are all going to go in exchanges. Now let's imagine you're mostly getting the lower end stuff. That's going to be a few 85, 86 and 87 exchanges, and then you might even have an 89 or 88 in there too. Now obviously you've got to build to that point, and we will get to that, but once again we've got another player pick which I do prefer to the 87s. This one gives us 2 players per pick that are actually useful in exchanges. Annoyingly, it requires us to put in 1 player that would go in an exchange to do so, but it is a good pick. Between that, we do get a lot of players that I'd be happy to put in. And then we go towards the end, and that's kind of the base level of our grind. So let's just talk through it simply. In our grind at the moment, the bronze and the gold are not as relevant as the silver, of course. The silver and the super daily silver are upgrades you want to do every day if you do not have a baseline of fodder. And by baseline, I mean some gold rares, some gold commons. I have a ton of each because I've done a load of exchanges, and the thing is, you only have to do this lower end bit once. Once you've done a couple 85 exchanges, you really don't have to touch this lower side of things, but until then you do. First of all, your shapeshifters grind. What is it? What does it require? It's obviously silvers. So for me right now, I would pop in silver. I'd go high to low. I don't care what type of silver it is, and I'd just submit that, and that's good. We've done 1, and what that gets me for that is 7 commons and 3 rares. So it gets me a nice 10 gold pack, which of course, if you look at that shapeshifters grind and what you get from it, and then you go over to a crafting upgrade, it slots in perfectly. So what you get there is literally exactly 1 crafting upgrade, and then you've got 1 rare player left over. So it gives you 1 little spare, and then it gives you exactly what you need for the crafting. So if we go high to low, or maybe 78 in my club, it's probably still going to be mostly rares. Let's have a look. It is mostly commons. Oh, wonderful. There's only commons. So now we can go rares, we can go low to high, and then we can grab Totti and Nielsen here. So that's brilliant. And now I've got that crafting objective done. And obviously, if that was what I got from my grind pack, I'd still have that 1 gold rare left over. Means if we do a little 7 of 8 of these, what we can then do is take over the spare rares and go and do an 82 1 of 4 pick, because these are actually really good for building up that baseline of fodder as well. It only takes 3 of the crafts to have those 3 spares, and then we can use 2 of our commons as well. Now, the other SBC that might be useful in your very, very early stages is your daily gold. You can use this to get yourself a load of commons and singular rares as well. If you don't have commons, it's going to be helpful for you. And then your daily bronze will help you do the daily gold. You need silvers and bronzes for that. After that, your entire grind is just these pages here. Now, what you will need if you are doing the 8410 is the team of the week upgrade. Now, I've done a load of these this week. I have a load of 83s and 84s and 82s that have gone into there, especially when your storage fills up with those cards. The team of the week pack is the best place to put it. What you will notice is I probably don't actually have any team of the weeks because I have so many of the packs just sitting there. We do have Kubo. Obviously, this SBC does require an 85 rating. What I mostly do at the minute is pop in a load of 83s and 84s, and then I fill it out with one ridiculously high card, only because I've got so many of these 94s coming out of the current promo that it's easier for me to do it that way. So if we go 84s, 83s, get them slotted in, and that's all from the storage, so I know I'm clearing out some storage. And then we're popping in a color. Now, I did actually try De Bruyne there. De Bruyne doesn't work. Kohara fits in perfectly, so we're going to use that. They're all from the storage apart from Kubo, so it clears 10 of my storage, and then I've got the 8410. So here's the 8410 that we've just opened. We've got Bremer, McAllister, both of them obviously exchangeable. Everything else is an 84, so I would say that's one of the worst 8410s that you can possibly get, because I only got 2 players towards an exchange. So actually that's not very good in terms of what I've been having previously from these 8410s, so kind of disappointing. Now, to go through the exchanges that we get, obviously this is if you had 4 85 rated players, you walk away with something like this. You get 75-20. Now, even if you don't get a walkout here, you get a ton of players that can be put in other objectives. So whether it's a crafting upgrade or a pick, it is very useful. Now, I'll be honest, so far, historically, I haven't had anything that bad. That is one of the worst exchanges I've seen. This is the thing with the exchange method. You're doing all the lower end stuff to give yourself more of the chances at the higher end stuff. That's what you're wanting. You are wanting those higher end SBCs to complete. You are wanting those higher end cards, and then you can go through those. Now, I also want to give you an idea of what these picks look like. You will mostly find reasonably good cards. I mean, there you go, 90 and an 88 out of the first 2. Even if that third was bad, I'd still be in a good position. But out of that, I've walked away with what is basically 2 cards towards an 89 exchange. And I'll be honest, I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought it would be a lot worse. Now, obviously, when you are going through these methods, everything is targeting more exchanges. Now, when you really fill up, I mean, for example, when you go to these higher exchanges, if you go for an 8220, 8320, it's all gold rares, which is a little bit easier to use. When you go for the 50 player packs, which is going to be our 89 exchanges, I've got a few of them, as you can see, you do find yourself left with a lot of commons, and eventually these will become a lot of duplicates. So you do need to find places for commons. Crafting upgrade is usually the best spot. You've also then got the player picks as well. Now, we got a few exchanges there in the first half, 2 more players there. It is a little bit disappointing. I would say some of these have been worse than the previous packs that I have been getting, but not every pack can be a banger. Otherwise, we'd all have the best team in the game. Now, what I would suggest is you direct a lot of your higher end dupes to things like the 92 1 of 5, the 1 of 10 historical player pick, things like your 86 2s. All of these SBCs are worth doing. And when you really do get to struggling after that, I'd have a look at things like, I mean, look, there's not a crazy amount of good SBCs here, but David is definitely not too bad. You've got a centre back, a right back, and a CDM in there with some nice stats overall. And then at worst case, you can have a look at some of those icons as well. I know Beckham has been brilliant for a lot of people, but as you can see, he's gone. So we've got the likes of Vidic, who is still here and probably very, very good. Now, the other thing that is definitely here and definitely very good is this channel. So make sure to subscribe, make sure to check out the shorts I've uploaded today, and I'll see you in the next one.